Before we begin, I want you to listen very carefully, because what I am about to tell you is not a story that was invented. It is a story that was witnessed by real eyes in a real market in the land of the Yoruba. Our elders said, not everyone who walks in the market with you is human. They said this for a reason. And this is why you must never bend down in the market. In the town of Ibadan, a town so old it has seen the rise and fall of kings, there lived a girl called Adesade. Everyone called her Sadi. She was 23 years old, loud with laughter and beautiful in the way that made old women click their tongues and say, that child will attract trouble. She was a makeup artist, one of the best in her area. People came from 3 streets away just for her eyebrows. She was not a troublemaker. She was not a fool. She was simply curious. And in the wrong places, curiosity is a door left open. She lived with her grandmother, Mamaya, in the family compound near the Gbagi market. Mamaya was 81 years old. She had buried 2 husbands, raised 7 children, and seen things in this world that she had chosen wisely never to fully describe. Every morning, without fail, before Sadi left for the market, Mamaya would call her. She would take both of Sadi's hands, look into her eyes, and say the same words every single time. She would say, Sadi, Emi Omomi, Mate ori resile ninu oja. My child, do not bend your head in the market. And Sadi, every morning, would laugh, the bright, careless laugh of someone who does not yet understand the weight of old words. She had heard this warning her whole life. She had nodded her whole life, and her whole life she had never once stopped to ask what Mamaya actually meant. Now, before we go any further, I need you to understand something about this market. The Gbagi market was not new. It was not modern. It had been there long before Sade's grandmother was born, long before her grandmother's grandmother. And the old people of Ibadan had a name for markets like this. They called them Oja Ale ati Osan, the market that belongs to both day and night. Because in the deep tradition of the Yoruba people, certain markets are not just places of trade. They are meeting points, crossroads, places where the boundary between this world and the next becomes thin. The elders would tell you, our people have always known this. That is why you never go to the market at midnight.
That is why you never eat food you did not see prepared in the market. And that, above all things, is why you must never bend down to pick something up from the market floor. Because when you bend down in the market, your eyes fall to the level of the ground. And at the level of the ground, you see what is not meant to be seen. They walk among us, in the same stalls, touching the same yams, haggling over the same fabric. And they have been doing this since before your great-grandmother drew her first breath.
It happened on an ordinary Tuesday. Shade had come to buy materials, aso-oke fabric and beads for a bridal makeup client whose traditional wedding was on Saturday. She had almost finished, just the beads left, and then she would go home, set up her kit and begin the bridal preparation. She was 3 steps from Iya Abeni's bead stall when it happened. Her earring fell. A small gold hoop, a gift from her late mother, hit the ground and disappeared between the slats of a wooden market pallet. And Sade, without thinking, without remembering, without hearing the voice of her grandmother even once in that moment, bent down. Her eyes dropped to the level of the market floor. And she saw them. Not one, not two, 3 of them. Right there, right next to her. Shopping, talking, touching the fabric boards the same way she had touched them minutes before. And then the one nearest to her turned, and it looked directly at her. Sade did not scream. She could not scream. Her mouth was open, but nothing came out.
Someone pulled her up. A market woman, Iya Abeni herself, who had seen her crouch and not rise again. Iya Abeni took one look at Sade's face, and she understood. She did not ask questions. She opened a small wooden box under her bead tray, took out 3 cowrie shells and pressed them into Sade's palm. She said, "Look at the floor of nothing else. Go home. Do not look back." Sade walked out of the market. She did not collect her change from the fabric seller. She did not finish her list. She kept her eyes at chest height and she walked. And the whole walk home, she felt it. A feeling like being watched, not by human eyes, by something patient, something that did not need to hurry because it already knew where she lived. She reached the compound gate. She pushed it open. She went inside. She closed it. Mama Iya was in the courtyard. She saw Sade's face. She did not say, "I told you so." She simply said, "Sit down," and called across the compound for old Baba Ishola. Baba Ishola was the oldest man in the compound. He was 93 years old, nearly blind, and knew more about the unseen world than any man alive had the right to know.
Baba Ishola sat across from Sade in the courtyard and was quiet for a long time. He did not ask her what she saw. He simply closed his nearly blind eyes and listened to something in the air around her. He said in the old Yoruba, the kind they do not teach in schools anymore, "You have been seen by the Ara Owu Oja, the spirit dwellers of the market, the ones who trade among us in borrowed shapes, who have no feet because they do not belong to this earth." He said, "They are not evil, not all of them. Some are merely there, as they have always been there, but they do not wish to be seen, and those who see them are seen in return." He said, "The old ones knew this. That is why your grandmother told you. That is why her grandmother told her. The warning is not superstition. The warning is a map left by people who already walked into the danger and survived to tell you, do not walk here." Sade asked through cracked lips, "What do I do now? What happens now that they have seen me?" Baba Ishola looked at her for a long time before he answered. He said, "You are not the first. Many have seen. Most survived. But survival requires one thing and one thing only. You must never, from this day, return to their attention." He said, "Do not go to the market at night. Do not bend down again on any market floor. Do not accept food from strangers in any market. And whatever you do, do not speak of what you saw to anyone who does not already know." That night, Mama Iya slept in Sade's room. She had placed fresh atayire, the pepper of protection, at every entrance of the room. She had prayed the old prayers before the lamp was turned to low. Sade lay on her side, facing the wall. She did not sleep. Around 2 in the morning, both of them heard it. Footsteps.
on the compound ground outside. But the sound was wrong, like something dragging rather than stepping, like cloth moving on earth with no foot inside it. It stopped at their door. Mama Iya did not move from her mattress, but her lips began to move. She spoke a name, an Oruko Asha, a protection name, 3 times, quietly, without drama, the way you close a door. After the 3rd time, the light came back under the door. Whatever had come had left. And Sade, lying in the dark, finally understood every single morning of her life that Mama Iya had held her hands and said, "Do not bend your head in the market." By the time morning came, the compound was normal. Life did not pause. The market opened.
Right here.
The traders laid out their goods. The world continued the way it always does, indifferent to individual encounters with the unseen. Baba Ishola came to the compound that morning with a small covered clay pot and 3 kola nuts. He performed a short ceremony over Shadi, a cleansing that was ancient when Ibadan was young. He spoke to the earth. He spoke to the water. He broke the kola nuts and shared them between the living and the threshold. When it was done, he sat back on his stool and said, "She is closed. What was opened has been closed. What followed has been told to go back." Shadi never went back to Gbagi Market. She found a material supplier who delivered. She grew her business. She built a studio on the 2nd floor of the compound where Mama Iya could hear her work. And every morning, she would go down to the courtyard, take Mama Iya's hands in hers, look into her eyes, and say the words herself. "Ma te ori resile ninu oja." Do not bend your head in the market. So now,
Listen.
you know.
Long ago.
You know why the old women held your hands at the market gate.
Keep your eyes,
You know why your grandmother said what she said.
auntie, and do not
You
wander.
know what the warning
Be
was built
smart,
from.
Be safe and come back.
Our
quickly.
elders were not afraid. That is something you must understand.
Trust in you. Watch
They were
over
not
us through
warning
the
you
darkness.
from fear.
Let nothing.
They were warning you from knowledge. They had seen, or they had been told by those who saw, and the seeing was passed forward as a gift wrapped in a warning. We live in a world that teaches us to laugh at old words, to call them superstition,
Just superstition.
to call our grandmothers afraid. But the market does not care whether you believe in it or not.
Yes, what do you need? We have
The Araoroja were there before the market was built. They will be there after the last store closes. And they will be there tomorrow morning.
Come buy your fresh
When you go
tomatoes
to
here
buy
today.
your tomatoes and your
How much for the
onions
Ankara wrap?
and your
We have the
atarodo.
best prices. Come and see.
So
The
I am
fire burns
asking
low
you,
now.
with the
stories of
same
our
love that
ancestors
every
remain
grandmother
in the
on this land has asked before
Listen
me,
closely, children.
when you are in the market, stand tall, eyes forward, head up, do not bend down. Because what you do not see cannot see you. This has been the story of Adesade and the warning of every grandmother who loved you enough to say, "Ma teori resile ninu oja." Listen to your elders. They are not warning you for nothing. They are warning you from a map drawn in experience, written in a language older than fear. If this video taught you something, please subscribe to this channel
and share to your loved ones. We post new stories every week.